Hello everybody and welcome to Workshop Studios. Today's project is right there. Got our little air compressor that's been a real champ for a long time now, but has a problem. It doesn't want to pump up anymore. So let's take a look. So this is Task Force, which I don't know who it is, Northern Tools or somebody. But it's a 2-gallon and probably a good 10, maybe even 15 years old. And has done very well, except for right now. It is not doing well. So here is the problem. I'm going to turn it on. Fan comes on, but no pumping. So something is not kicking in, and we'll need to take this cover off to see what the problem is. All right, so we have 4 10-millimeter bolts there, and on the other side. So that should come off quick as blink. Yep, there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and off comes the lid. All right. All right, so we know that because the fan's coming on, this is the fan here. Sorry, turn it around there. Because the fan is coming on, we know we're getting power through the switch. By the way, right now it's unplugged. So we know there's power coming into it. The question is there something else wrong that we can fix, or is it just junk at this point? Now, some of these things have, well, this one has a fuse on it. Show you right there. Oops. There's a fuse right here. A little dirty. Let me go in and have a look at that. I have to look a little closer, so I'll be right back to you. Well, I'm not an expert on these things by any means, but I think this is pretty simple. Power comes in to this circuit board. It goes off, and I think this is a pressure check valve here. Tells you what the pressure in the tank is, I'm guessing. This is the electric motor that runs the pump, which is here. There's a fan here to keep things cool, and a couple of gauges over here to tell you what tank pressure is and what the pressure out to your tool is. So not very complicated. So not too many things can go wrong with it, but we'll try it because I checked the fuse and it's fine. So let me try it again here. Okay, so there's the fan coming on right there. You can hear it, I hope, but nothing else. So that means we're not getting any power to the motor, and it may be that there's something wrong with this switch, or something in here, or the motor's just dead. Let's try it out here. All right, not really finding anything, so I want to see if the motor's locked up. Probably not, because the fuse isn't burned out. Pretty simple. These two come out of here, and then the innards of the motor should just pull out. Hopefully, I don't make a mess out of things. At this point, it's not working, so can't really do too much to it. Well, there's clearly a problem here. This is one of the brushes, and it goes in this little slot here with a spring behind it. So the spring goes in the slot with the brush, and the brush pushes on, transfers energy over to the armature, which is here. Get some light in there. This is the armature here, and that's how you get power to the motor. So the power comes in these 2 cables here, goes through the brush and onto there. Now, that brush is intact, but on this side, move down here a little bit, this side, no brush. And there's a wire here, sort of, but it looks like it's mostly broken off. That's where a wire would come out and come over to the brush, just like on this side here. Get in for a close-up there. There you go. So this wire here is one of these two. This probably this red one, and this black one comes over to here and comes up to a brush, but no brush to be seen. And inside here, which I don't think I did, is, see if it gets in focus, right down in here, there's a bit of a spring. Can you see it there? And that shouldn't be in there. So my guess is it's self-destructed, that the brush finally gave up the ghost, and you're not getting any power to the motor. So my guess is if I restore the brush, then I might restore power to the motor. Might. The other thing is it appears to spin. That doesn't sound good, but that's just because it's not held up by its the bearing over on this side. So I think the motor's free. It just has a busted brush. Now, can I get a hold of the brushes like this? These look like pretty standard size brushes. That right there. But, you know, that's another question. Do I even want to try to repair something this old? Well, I found the brush. It's down here. And that is not something I did. So I'm guessing that brush broke off, came flying out of there. See if I can get it out of there without destroying everything. Come on, baby. Oh, no, that's not a brush. That's part of the motor. I thought that maybe that was the broken brush. I'll keep looking, see if I can find it. Well, I didn't find the brush, but I certainly found a lot of this stuff, which looks like the remains of a brush. So I'm guessing that it's self-destructed and disintegrated, and then obviously she don't work no more. So let me check to see if brushes are available for this and whether it's worth to repair. Well, it's been about a month, and these finally came in. I ordered from Amazon, and I'll put a link down below here, so in the description, so you can see where I ordered them from. And they weren't quite the same. They were close, but they weren't quite the same. And you remember that the other brush came out the side. Let me get my pointer here. The brush the wire attached. Yeah, come on, get in focus there. The wire attached to the side of it. I'll show you here real quick. So this is the original brush here. Hang on, there we go. So this is the original brush where the wire attaches to the side, and the other one attached to the bottom, like that. So I had to modify things just slightly. So this is the new one in here. And what I did was I soldered the wire to the bottom. This is a messy one here, but I soldered it to the little plate that's at the bottom, that little plate right there, and then shoved the whole thing down in there. And I had to kind of stuff it in there to get it to work. So it should be all right. It's got, let's see if I can do this so you can see. It's got good spring tension on it now, and that should push against it. And it's kind of got a little bit of a worn in. You can see how it's a little concave there, slightly worn in. So that's good, and that's pointing the right way, so the armature will go on it. So that's it for the brushes. They're in there and ready to go. I don't think I showed you this before, but you can see what happened here is that the brush disintegrated, but in doing so, it caught this thing and really wore it down there. You can see that shiny bit there. See, this isn't worn like that, but this is. Something got it there. I don't know. Hopefully it all comes back together and it'll work, but we'll find out in a minute. I just need to clean the armature up here. That won't take but a second, and use a little emery cloth on that, and then we'll put it all back together and see if it works. So just take this is 400 grit emery cloth, but you can use just about anything. Just kind of spin it with the emery on there. Alrighty, there's a change. So you can see the copper coming off there. Trying to get a nice shiny surface for it there. Getting better. I'll bring it back after I get it all polished up. Sometimes they are a bit more stubborn, and this one is, so I've got my drill hooked up here, so you can kind of start it up and put the emerald cloth on there and really get it going. And it does a nice job of polishing there. So I think that's probably good enough right there. And now to reassemble. So we got to get everything lined up the right way. So what we're going to do is, whoa. So there's a notch that goes here. See that notch lines up, and that gets us going there, right? Okay, and then this part is going to go, oops, got to get it over here so you can see it. This part is going to go on here, but this is where the tricky bit comes in, is we got to get the brushes so that they're pushed in here, and then try and get it on that shaft while everything else is holding us back. This is sometimes trickier than it looks. And that didn't work. Okay, let me puzzle with this a little bit. Well, I wish I could show you what I did to get that in there, but I could barely see what I was doing, let alone try to film it. So sorry about that. It was a interesting, tricky bit. But now it's time for the big reveal. Let's see if it works. So here we go. Let's hope it doesn't explode on me. Okay, nothing yet. Let's see if the motor goes round and round now. Hey, look at that. It works. Woohoo! Well, let's put it back together and see if it comes up to pressure. Well, before I put it back together, I figure I'd better let it run. And it's up to pressure. You can see here, there's the red line. It gets up to 100 psi. And this one is reading about, I think that says 60. So it's working, which is great. And there's a little electrical smell to it. New brushes tend to do that. They kind of wear themselves in. So hopefully everything is fine with it. And we're back in business. Okay, there you go. Another project finished. So thanks for watching, and I can't guarantee how long this is going to last, but we'll just keep using it until it goes, and I think the next time it goes out, we'll just get a new one. But for this time, we got it. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next video. Bye!